Hope you've had a great weekend so far. Today we're talking about Blue Sky, but not in the usual context of the voice actor click over on Blue Sky. Today we're taking a look at Blue Sky itself, as things are getting pretty bad.
So if you guys don't know what Blue Sky is real quickly, Blue Sky is actually, well, it's pretty much a competition to Twitter, and it's basically so basically what happened was with Twitter, if you guys don't know, it was bought by Elon Musk, and I mentioned this a lot sometimes in my Twitch and streaming sometimes, and even on my Twitter itself said, Elon Musk bought Twitter not to make a profit, but to truly give us the freedom of speech to speak our mind. And I believe free speech is so strong. Like, I think free speech is very, very important. So basically what happened was, back in 2016, everyone from Twitter was basically censored from a lot of things I'm saying. And I was actually a victim part of that censorship, where I questioned some things about like COVID and stuff, and my posts were immediately deleted. It was crazy and insane how that was. So, thanks to Elon Musk, we were able to get that freedom of speech on Twitter, and that's why on Twitter now there's very rarely you come across posts where your post gets deleted. Only obviously if you're talking about an act of violence, then again your post could be deleted, right? But for the most part, you can say pretty much where the hell you want, post whatever you want. So it's kind of nice. So Blue Sky was basically a competitor of that because I believe a lot of people were scared of Twitter because of their free speech. It went so crazy that I think overall people were just scared of people talking about Trump. And I guess from what I've heard, it seems like a lot of quotation mark right-wingers were on Twitter again because, well, I mean, imagine why they came out of nowhere. It's because they've all been censored this entire time. But it's not even just right wingers; it's just people in general. I think they talk and question, and to be able to challenge some of the information that's been going on. So Twitter was also a place for people to be able to, luckily enough, to get your own information, but to be able to distinguish what was true or not, which was nice. It basically gave us media that the legacy media did not want to give us. So, long story short, everyone was just scared of like all that kind of shit, so they created something called Blue Sky and tried jumping on. But this is kind of funny though.
Bad over on Blue Sky, causing people on the Blue Sky subreddit to make posts like this, saying not enough people are doing their part. So largely speaking, ever since I made the jump from Twitter to Blue Sky, I've been trying to rally as many artists as I can to make a Blue Sky account.
So basically, Blue Sky is getting screwed, and they're not making enough money right now because, well, at the end of the day, Twitter is still Twitter. Like, I could care less, like, who uses Twitter or not. But honestly, ever since Elon bought it, man, everyone's been loving Twitter. And honestly, I'll be one of them too. I've been loving X the whole time. And it's not because, me making money off it or whatever, but I've been enjoying Twitter just so I can talk whatever the hell I want, and it's great. And I love people's posts. People can say whatever they want, and yeah, it's also a moneymaker if you really want to. But I just really enjoy the content on Twitter. So, and to be honest, that's kind of like where I get most of my news. And the cool thing about it too, you can ask Grok, which is an AI on there, to basically confirm if any information is real or not. Just kind of dope. So that's kind of like what's going on here with Blue Sky, is that they're not making enough and people aren't really going there. And I get it because, like, I went on Blue Sky once and it's such a biased, like, social media website. It's like you go on there and it's very, very one-sided. And at least with Twitter, there's both sides. It's not just one-sided and one right-winger. There's also left-wing stuff too, if we want to go that far. Like, so there's pretty much freedom of speech of every type, so that's why Twitter will always win.
I've even made a thread that can help those artists get their footing a bit better.
That is
however,
so funny.
am getting worried as I'm noticing a decline in Blue Sky growth.
Yeah, so usually if you're trying to challenge something like that, especially start any kind of business, it's always very, very hard to do. And yeah, this is a perfect example.
I never claim to know if that's normal or not, as I'm not a tech guy and never have been. But it does concern me that we finally get a place that cares about us, only for a lot of people to just be silent about it, not helping. And
how biased is that though, if it's saying like, oh, concern those type of people? Sorry, you're already losing if you're contained to focus on one type of group.
Enough. We need to have more people direct these artists to the site, genuinely. Even if it means copy-pasting the same message, more people need to hear about this. Oh yeah, let's just spam a bunch of the same stuff, that'll definitely help. I've been doing it all from artists on Twitter, Pixiv, DA, Newgrounds, heck, even Ink Bunny 2 different times. Need more people to know, or the site's just going to be swept under the rug. Now look, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not here to shill for Twitter. I don't care if you use it or don't use it. You can take a look at...
Yeah, I agree on this too. I guess in a way, I'm kind of the same way. I'm not really forcing other people to use Twitter. It's just my experience with Twitter as well. But again, from this post, if Blue Sky, if someone from Blue Sky's affiliate is desperate enough, trying to get people on it, it's kind of bad.
My Twitter account, for example, and see that my own activity on Twitter is extremely minimal, especially last year. I basically didn't post at all last year. Like, a handful of posts, if that. It's only like the last month that I've started becoming somewhat active again, and half that activity is basically on my VTuber Twitter account, where I've been interacting with people who are sending me art, and especially like art of a certain type.
I have noticed ever since being on Twitter, though, I have been getting a lot of random artists reaching out to me or following me, so I've seen some interesting ones. I had ones where they literally, basically let them know about, they tell me about their personal life just so they can get me to pay them.
A certain niche, is that the way of putting it? The point I'm getting at is that it sucks for artists who went to Blue Sky hoping it would be like a better place, only to be met with disappointment, as by far most of the activity on Blue Sky seems to be like non-stop political brain rot slot posting. On that note, that takes us to the next post that reads, the best way to help Blue Sky succeed is to share funny, interesting, and creative posts. I know this sounds like a no-brainer, but I feel a lot of us need a reality check. Guilt-tripping people, making it some activist cause, or crusade against Twitter definitely does have some use, but it doesn't have broad appeal. The general internet goer has a stronger reaction to a post or website being cringe than they do it being a racist Nazi platform. As sad as it is, that's just the reality of things. Cross-post as much as you can whenever you see a...
I love when they say the word racist Nazi platform, because honestly, these words, racist and Nazi, is so played out that it doesn't affect anyone anymore. It's kind of like the boy who cried wolf, where they constantly say like, oh, there's a wolf and wolf, and you say it so many times, it just doesn't work. And you know what the scary thing about that is? Because you're using this word so much, racist and Nazi, what if it comes to a day where there is someone that's racist and a Nazi? No one's gonna believe you, because it's been used so much, like no one's gonna care when the day actually happens, if it does, right? But yeah, no, seriously, I've heard Blue Sky is basically super cringe, and I mentioned it's very one-sided, and it's just not even fun to be on. Like, it's terrible.
Funny, interesting, or creative post, share it with your group chat. Make it a screenshot and post it cross-platform. This is how social media actually spreads and grows. What I find especially funny about this post is the beginning says that we need to get a reality check. That person goes on to refer to Twitter as a racist Nazi platform. That's the exact sort of rhetoric that this person's talking about initially, as being like not actually good. Like, it's actually hurting like them on Blue Sky more than helping them by constantly referring to Twitter and Twitter users as like Nazis and a Nazi platform. But then dude literally does the same thing again later in the post. Like, who's gonna want to be stuck on a platform where everyone there is saying a bunch of extremist rhetoric like that?
Yep. And if that's what we're all getting from Blue Sky, why the hell would anyone want to be on Blue Sky?
Lying about people and falsely accusing people. Like, hey, come to Blue Sky and be stuck in this hive mind of weirdos. Yeah, that's a great selling point.
Yeah, right.
Oh, hold on. Oh, no. What's this?
Oh, God.
These usage statistics are rather worrying. Going on to link some analytics about Blue Sky stats that are not looking good. Spoiler alert, too. We'll take a look at a much more recent post just from yesterday, where things continue to get even worse. We can see, according to these analytics...
Yeah, so this looks really bad. Like, this isn't good. And I've actually heard that no one hit 1 million followers on there yet. Like, that's really bad if no one's reached that, right? So, yeah. Anyways, I think overall this is a pretty good video so far. Make sure you give this a like. This is Hero... I believe this is Hero High. Let me double check. Yep, Hero High. Great information. Puts out great content. Definitely check them out. So I'm going to kind of skim through this. But basically, in the end, this Blue Sky is in deep trouble. And honestly, I think it actually might be going down because, again, with Blue Sky, it's there's no audience for it. Like, it's just a very small group, and say what you want, like, the majority of people are on Blue Sky. It's probably less than 10% or 20%. No one really uses it. And, you know, and especially with everything going on right now, the loud people, it makes it seem like there's a lot of people that care. But it's actually not that many. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it out loud. It's like, it's not that many people. So, anyone from Blue Sky, it's not even worth the time. So, anyways, yeah, that's my personal opinion about it. I'm not promoting that, oh, good, it should go down. It's just the facts. It's not going to work out because of where the approach they're going. So anyways, let me know in the comments if you're using Twitter or you're using Blue Sky. Let me know your thoughts and see you guys next video. Peace.